Hi everyone, welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons with Outside Xbox and Outside Xtra. I am Corazon de Baena. Probably heard of me, famous pirate. If you read the Penny Dreadful adventure stories, I've heard of some of my adventures. Spicy Rat Caper. But I don't want to go on about myself, no. So here are the rest of my crew. If you want to introduce yourself.
I'm Egbert the Careless. I'm the noble dragonborn paladin who's really trying to find that atonement. Still, timescale on that is uncertain.
I'm Prudence, the tiefling warlock. That's what the horns are about. Hello.
I'm Merilwen, the wood elf druid. That's what the ears are about. Hi. I can also turn into a cat.
And I'm Dob, the half-orc bard, still searching for my sister missing since childhood.
And I am literally everybody else in the world.
Yay!
You said it. Oh, first of all, we should really say ding, because
Congrats,
after
everybody.
far too long, you finally leveled up.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been so lax about letting you level up. We did it twice, just for funs and giggles.
That's right.
So everyone's got some new abilities. I think we should probably start with congratulations to our newest magic users.
That's me, Arcane Trickster Corazon.
You can finally cast spells and stop complaining about not being able to cast spells now.
That's right. It was easy learning magic. You're all going on about, oh, it's a special skill, you have to spend years learning. It was easy, picked it up straight away.
Yeah, I never really learned it. I guess it was just always just
Natural talent.
in my blood. Yeah, readily to hand.
Yeah, well, it was easy.
So just quickly, Corazon can do magic now. Egbert, you have taken some holy vows and you have some new abilities.
Yes, yeah, oh yes. Well, I've joined the Order of the Ancients because my chosen deity is a very ancient deity. It's long forgotten. Yeah, different sort of thing though, really. Probably.
Yeah,
it's a lot more noble, a lot less terrifying tentacle monsters.
All right, and what did we say about religion discussions at the table?
All right, okay.
It's a lot more modest as well, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got some ancient words I can read, but you probably want to cover your ears, because it might give you a headache.
Well, Cthulhu gave me a book of shadows.
Oh no!
Check me out.
Man, this is the one thing we didn't want to happen.
So Cthulhu got Jane in Secret Santa.
I took the pact of the tome and I got a grimoire.
Oh, a grimoire?
Yeah, Prudence has become actually genuinely terrifying. Like if you thought Eldritch Blast was bad before, it is.
Pretty terrifying before, guys.
Yeah, no, we were misusing that word.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, well, I have joined the Circle of the Moon.
Sounds chill.
But yeah, that means that Wild Shape now no longer costs me anything, and I can turn into.
Were you paying money before?
She was using it as an action in a combat round.
Yeah.
Whoa, metagaming.
Yeah, Johnny.
It's what I do. It's what the beard's for.
Yeah, I suppose if anyone's allowed to metagame,
In the context,
it's the realm in which I live.
it no longer makes me tired for a fraction after doing it. I can just be like.
No more grouchy, sleepy Merilwen.
Have an additional.
You could turn into a cat right now if you want it.
Yeah, and I've got an additional animal which I will not share just yet.
Oh, sweet. Is it another
Is it a
cat?
badger?
Is it two cats?
Bet you anything it's a cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish?
Cuttlefish, yeah.
All right, don't say anything, and when we get into battle and we need a cuttlefish.
Yeah. So like, boy, I sure could use a nutritious bone to nibble on.
There's a budgie who needs to
There's a budgie who,
What will we do? How will we solve this puzzle?
Since our last adventure, Dob has done a distance learning course and joined the College of Valor.
Oh, that sounds like a totally legit educational
Is that an
institution.
online university?
It's an online sort of tutorial thing. It's basically just trying to smooth off some of those rough edges, make Dob into a little bit more of a considerate team player.
Right.
Grew up in the woods, didn't have to do a whole lot of teamwork and helping the team.
What about all these "Don't Be a Dob" t-shirts I've had made up?
They're still good.
Okay, they're still good.
It's just now being a dog will mean being helpful. So
Okay.
you would buy that t-shirt if you were bad.
Right, because this is one of my main revenue streams now, selling these at the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen your little Corazon action figure.
Oh, they're good, aren't they?
And I recently treated myself to a box of my favourite pens.
Hooray!
0.7
So we're all
millimetre
doing
gel
well.
liners.
We're all doing great.
We will start off this latest adventure, let's say, It's a couple of days after the events of the last one, so you've all had a bit of a rest. You've gotten over the fact that you were recently cloned into an evil twin of yourself.
You might have gotten over it. I've got my eye on you, though.
Yeah.
And you've hit the road, leaving the town of Tanner's Folly behind, because it smelled like urine.
It really did smell like urine.
Yeah, it's funny. It feels like every single time we start a new adventure, you're in need of some R&R.
Yeah.
So you are currently just strolling through a region of Gath called the Mossy Downs, and it's got a lovely path. It's a very scenic route, very popular with tourists.
Oh, nice.
And you're on your way to a town called Inkwater. You're just cresting a hill, and it's
Good for a
beautiful,
couple of
like
fish.
rolling countryside. It's a sunny day. It's high summer, so needless to say, you're probably feeling a little bit warm under all the fur and
Fur
the
collar.
I love it.
blankets and the
All
armor
about being warm.
Yeah.
and all of that stuff.
Dragon
But,
guy, remember?
you see below you on the path, there is a very large, just from where you're standing, there's an absolutely massive wooden oblong. And in front of it, you can see some sort of beasts of burden, but there's someone standing in the road, just waving their arms frantically to try and get your attention.
Whoa, seems like this person needs some assistance. Or
Let's
they're
take their
extremely
oblong.
vulnerable to being robbed.
We could have that wooden oblong.
Just saying. Oh my god, imagine what that oblong...
What are you going to do with your fifth of the oblong?
The possibilities are endless.
I think someone should go and talk to the waving guy.
Okay, we're going to go over and talk to the waving person and see what's going on.
That's very kind of you. As you come down the hill, they sort of stop waving and they sort of wait for you to turn up. You see them sort of put their hands on their hips and sort of jut out a leg in sort of a merry sort of half theatrical pose, and they sort of freeze. And as you get closer, you see they're actually wearing sort of a red and white motley, and they're dressed sort of like
Oh no!
No,
court
a jester!
Oh no!
I open fire.
okay, roll for initiative. And you notice that the oblong that you saw from up above is a very, very large-looking carriage, or at least it would look like a carriage if it weren't for the fact that what's the underside of a car called? It's just like
the underside.
the underside
Undercarriage.
The undercarriage, because it's the underside
What's
of
the
a carriage.
underside of a carriage?
Yeah. What do you call that?
Isn't there a word?
I didn't know.
the undercarriage is flush against the floor, and you see a bunch of spokes just sticking out with nothing on them.
Okay.
And in front there is like a team of a dozen like huge oxen just standing there like doing sort of like, they're on idle animations basically. They're not, they ain't pulling, and you see the jester still there. In fact, as you approach, he sort of raises a hand.
God, I hate him so much.
And he says,
Is he just always on?
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, good morrow.
Oh God.
Good morrow.
Good
Good morrow.
I'm so glad you came along. We are in dire need of assistance."
Okay.
Okay.
What seems to be the problem here?
Looks
Well-
like carriage trouble.
Ah, yes, 'tis true. My lady and her travelling omnibus carriage, it's, as you can see, yes, it's not moving because we're in a spot of bother. Would you like to talk to her?
I'd like you to stop talking. So yeah, maybe we'll talk to
Mistress,
her.
mistress, he calls, and a woman in like a very grand flowing dress, very brightly coloured. It's almost like a flamenco dancer's outfit.
Cool.
Pushes open a flush panel of the carriage, and it pops out, and then she sort of goes, and it slides back. This is like the nicest carriage you think you've ever seen.
Wow.
It's like now that you're sort of up close against it, there are lots of wooden panels that you reckon open out into sort of bay windows. It's really lovely. It looks like it's comfortable, and you reckon it could probably seat about 40 to 60 people.
Does it,
at
Wow.
push. So
does
this
it look
looks-
like the train carriage from Wild Wild West?
No. Absolutely nothing about this situation reminds you of the folk song Wild Wild West. Anyway, this woman descends and she says, "Oh, good day, are you here to help us?"
Yes.
Well, it depends. I mean, we've got to make a living.
all right, Mr. Religious.
Hang on a second. Well, no, we're good adventurers, aren't we? We're nice, and maybe she'll reward us for being nice. And what do you guys think?
I'd like to get the reward cleared up
Yeah.
before we start
Yeah,
with the heavy
yeah.
lifting.
Oh, I'm sure we can help you out. What seems to be a problem? Wheels are broken?
The wheels are, well, I hope they're not broken. They've been stolen.
They're stolen?
They've been
How
stolen.
did someone
I'm
steal
afraid.
your? How did that even happen?
Well, it's like this. we're a travelling band of minstrels, and we're famous, and we were moving down the road onto Inkwater, where we were going to perform.
Do you need a support act?
No, this is not the time. I
Talk
told
to
you.
my manager.
Well, once this is all clear. Anyway, we were travelling down the road when we were stopped by these armed brutes. They were wearing shining armour with some sort of strange livery, and they told us that we were sacrilegious and that we would not be permitted into Inkwater, and that we were to go no further, at which point they drew arms to stop us from intervening, and they stole the wheels right off of our carriage.
Wow.
This sounds like your sort of thing.
I mean, religion is kind of my bag. I could try and have a word with them if that would
I
suit.
beseech you, if you could recover our wheels, that would be wonderful. We could carry on our wonderful tour of this beautiful land.
I mean, I would suggest skipping Inkwater while these guys are there.
Well, I suppose I might. We were going to play 2 dates there, but I think we're going to cancel them.
Well,
That can't happen. These people are enemies of the performing arts. We have to stop them.
also, would you like to listen to Dobbs' demo parrot? He's recorded his music onto.
Get the demo parrot.
Here's Dobbs sound cloudy. Soundy cloud.
I'm
It's an
so,
actual cloud.
Yeah.
I'll keep it in a jar.
I'm so sorry, I have been frightfully rude. My name is Lady Fienge.
Fienge.
Fienge. F-Y-E-N-G-E-H. Fienge.
A beautiful name.
Yeah.
Fienge. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is terrible. Obviously, I am a devotee of the musical arts, as is Dob. So we should head into Inkwater and see just what the heck is going on with these damn religious.
You're the
folks.
least foul-mouthed pirate I've ever met. What the heck?
Yeah, I'm trying to
to change your ways.
I know it upsets Merilwen.
We're all trying to grow here, Egbert.
Okay.
Well, I don't care.
All right. So just mind your f***ing business. Yeah, let's go into town.
That's
There he is.
better. I thought like you the weather.
Say, seriously. All right. Anyway.
I think we should head into town.
Yes.
I feel like maybe we should bring the jester.
What?
You want to add
collateral.
the jester to the fight? What?
Capital idea. She claps her hands twice and says, Flannery, go with them.
What's his name?
Flannery.
Flannery.
Flannery!
Oh,
You
you're
party
looking
member
after
Flannery.
Flannery.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Flannery.
He dances a merry caper
Ooh.
and links an arm with you, Dob. But he's shorter than you are because you're half an orc, so it's more like that.
I hear your Iago was the toast of
Tanner's Folly.
Tanner's Folly.
You're entirely too kind. Of course, I am not one of the boys, so I'm merely I'm the warm-up act. Really, I sort of warm everyone up. And Lady Fienge,
Yeah. If something were to happen to you, they would need a new warm-up.
I suppose that's true.
Hey, let's go!
I hate Flannery so much. I can't stand to look at him.
Are we going to pre-negotiate a reward, or are we just doing this pro bono?
Look, they're going to be so grateful. They're going to reward us, and if they don't, we can just Eldritch Blast them when we get back and steal the carriage. That's a sweet carriage.
You had me at
I do want that.
Either we get a reward, or we
Yes.
kill everyone and take the carriage. It's win-win.
Very well.
Sorry, you didn't hear any of it.
Flannery, say not a
Whispering-
word to your
whispering
mistress.
that. Yeah.
Well, Flannery indeed starts to lead you down the road and says, very well, farewell, lady, don't worry, I'll fill them in on the details of the golden wheels.
Whoa,
Walk down the street.
whoa.
Glad we got Flannery now.
Huddle, Flannery, stand over there. Huddle.
Flannery, Oxventurers only.
Guys, they've got golden f***ing wheels.
I know.
If it's worth money, we could have them.
We could attach them to Merilwen in animal form and ride her
Oh my
around.
god, yes. I love the idea so much. All right, we're going to go in.
brilliant.
We're going to find out what's going on and we'll get the wheels. All right, break. Oh, Flannery, that was just a conversation about
What we're gonna have for lunch?
Yes.
Oh, he hasn't noticed. He's
Oh.
he's doing vocal warm-ups and stretching in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that sounds like Flannery.
Love Flannery.
All right, how far are we from Inkwater right now?
Not long. It's about a 45-minute walk, probably.
Cool. All right. Let's,
Alright, so check back for episode 2.
we head down the road to Inkwater to investigate these.
All right. Well, on the way,
What does Flannery do on the way?
he jabbers
why didn't you ask?
incessantly about how wonderful it is being part of a moving troupe, how their omnibus is incredible. You've got to see it once you're inside. It's really lovely. They've been travelling throughout the land from one coast to the other coast, spreading joy wherever they go. But he does at one point lean in and tell you conspiratorially that the golden wheels, they're not actually solid gold. They're very heavily gold plated, but they're actually steel. How heavily? Like this much down through the wheel. spends 3 minutes adjusting your fingers to the exact width. And it's like,
I open fire.
it is a bit more. It is a bit more. It is a bit more. Yeah, bigger, bigger.
Yeah. Thanks, Flannery. That's it, okay. Yes. All right, I'm less into the gold nuggets now. There's still some gold.
That's a good amount
Still
of
some
gold.
gold. Basically, we can yes. Love it. All right. Anyway, yes, Flannery, we can't wait to help you. Let's go.
Kalukale!
Yes.
Okay, so after a brief walk, during which Flannery just probably irritates the heck out of you, you arrive on the edges of Inkwater. It's a market day, but it's curiously...
I set up my t-shirt stand.
Fine. Yeah, Corazon kind of reaches into his adventurer's pack and pulls out, you know when they sell ice cream at the theatre?
Yeah.
Just puts the band over his head and hangs a "Don't be a dog" t-shirt.
Don't be a
over
dog
the front.
tunics. I'm
Tunics,
selling, yeah.
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
And just sort of...
Just if anyone wants to come up and buy one.
All right.
Outrageous. Take me away from this Flannery.
It's a market day. It's quite quiet, to be honest. People aren't really like yelling and hawking their wares or anything, and people are leaning in to sort of barter. And when they hand over coins, you see them doing it very carefully. They're sort of very deliberately like putting things down.
Okay.
Guys, should be quiet.
It's not deathly quiet, but it's kind of like it's like a busy library. You know, when it's just like ambient.
Hushed murmurs.
The whisper of cloth and the occasional siren.
Yeah, okay.
And goods being passed back and forth very, very quietly. And indeed, somebody walks up to you and sort of studies the tunics and goes,
Shut up. 1 gold piece. I still don't know the exchange rate. What's the lower currency than gold pieces?
Half a gold piece.
Yeah, half a gold piece.
Okay. Some good negotiation.
Yes.
hand over. Make me a dexterity check.
Okay. Is that a d20?
Oh no!
Probably was,
You didn't drop the change.
So, call it a 10
Okay.
for handing over coins.
4 plus 4 plus 2.
Narrow escape there.
You share a look like, that could have been loud.
Okay.
In an
sort of.
in an ever so slightly above whisper, I say, "Can we get you anything else?" Just wanted to see how you would react to a slightly louder voice.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I say,
They're kind of like cringing and like.
I say to the customer, thank you for your business. By the way, why is everyone being so quiet?
She points, and you see sort of down the main market street, there's like rows and rows of very quiet carriages, and then there is a square castle atop a hill, with sort of, crenellations and arrow slits and all that. It's a castle, you know what a castle looks like. And it's got a banner over the top with a shield, and on top of like this field of green is a mouth and a finger going, like, being pushed
Oh,
into
man.
it.
Some kind of quiet
Yeah.
cult.
Do you not think it would be funny
Wait, let's hear him out.
if Prudence used her scary voice?
I mean, it would be funny, but I think probably a bad idea. Egbert, you knew about like orders and stuff.
Yeah.
I've not heard of this one. This
You
one's a
not-
new one on me.
Do you not have any sort
The
of?
old mouth and finger order.
Do you not have any law books or anything that have anything in this?
I don't think I brought my law books actually. It's all up here. It's all in the dome.
Is it up there? Then
big
what,
stone dome.
what is this order then?
I don't know. We could wander over to the castle and find out.
Yeah, let's do that.
Are there any? Is there anyone who officious looking around, like a guard or a monk or someone who looks like they might be a bit more pious than everyone else?
Actually, yeah, as you sort of, I'm assuming you're sort of wending your way down
Uh-huh.
the streets toward the
Wend.
castle. Slightly embarrassed by the fact that Flannery is sort of like just jigging his way down the street.
Flannery.
Classic Flannery.
Sort of, he then tries to jig more quietly.
How's the jingling
better.
situation on the headgear?
Well, can we mute the bells?
Yeah,
Actually
cast sleep on
surprisingly
Flannery
okay.
forever.
Like,
Is he keeping his head completely stable like an owl? And the rest
Yes.
of his body's going...
Yes.
His head's...
it's
totally
exactly
stable.
that. So he's festooned with bells, but for the time being, he seems to have at least, maybe not directly, but sort of through like context clues, worked out that maybe now's not the time for loads of bells.
Okay.
Good lad.
So
See, Flannery's smart.
as
guys
he
are
proceeds down the street, you notice there's a tavern and the door is closed, and you see a man in sort of, he's not wearing any livery from the castle, but he's wearing like a padded jerkin, you know, the ones that are like studded. And he clearly looks like sort of local law enforcement. And he's holding up a notice, and there's a single nail there, and there's another man with a very large hammer just sort of trying to lean, like push a nail into the door. To their credit, it's kind of working. Like this notice is probably going to stay up. They sort of let it go. They sort of step off to one side and admire their handiwork. Do you want to talk to them? Do you want to read the
Have
notice?
a read, quick.
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
Yeah, have a quick squiz at the notice. See what it says.
The notice declares that the tavern has been closed by order of the by mandate rather of the Sacred Order of Keeping It Down, because it was deemed to be heretically rowdy.
We stand for everything we don't stand for.
I'm starting to think that the wheel stealing had nothing to do with the fact that they were made of gold and everything to do with the fact that they didn't want a load of rowdy people in town.
Oh, almost certainly, yeah.
Yeah.
But we brought the jester anyway.
Kaloo-kalay! He yells. The whole town. sort
Oh,
of-
no.
Even the law enforcement goes like,
I slap my hand over his mouth and I whisper, "Shut up!" in his ear.
he gives the slowest of nods so as not to excite any of the bells atop his head.
It doesn't seem like this order is particularly welcome in this town. They seem to have just sort of set up and decided that this is what's going
Let's
on.
go rack them up.
Shall we liberate this town?
Yes.
Roll. What if
Let's talk to the guys and get a bit of intel about what's going on. I pad stealthily using my roguish stealth
Very good.
up to the to one of the men and engage him in conversation. I say, "Hi, wait, sorry, hi, yeah. Trying to keep it down. I understand. Good things. I'm new in town. Right. I've just arrived.
You catch on quick.
Yes, I understand that there's some sort of order who wants everyone to keep it down. Are you a part of that order? You're not. Okay, can you tell me what happened, how they sort of took over the town?
So the castle was to let.
It was to let.
Orders come, orders go. You understand?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a bit of a religious scholar. I can tell.
Yeah.
There's many all up here.
What? No, it doesn't matter. Just ignore it. He forgot his books. It's fine. So,
It's to let.
right.
Okay.
And these guys moved in. They were paladin orders, so they were allowed to rent it.
Sure.
And then they just really started like knocking heads, just to keep it down.
Right. Okay.
And they just said the noise is heresy, and that we can't be loud anymore.
Yeah. That seems bad. Would you prefer it if they weren't here anymore?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably. I mean, we can't even leave town.
Right.
Because the guards are too noisy.
Oh.
You've got to leave everything behind and just
Sneak out.
or they'll round you up.
Can you give us any idea of like numbers up there or like
Weaknesses.
let's
Noise.
they're
Probably
weak.
noise.
Okay. Are there a lot of them up there in the castle?
Hard to tell. It's hard to tell them apart. They wear armor,
Yeah.
big suits, but
Yeah.
also it's padded.
Okay. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah. How are we supposed to get into the castle if we can't knock on the door?
There's
Okay. Guys, I've got an idea. You can go. Okay. You go first. I'll go first because I think mine's a bad one. Okay. Let's get captured on purpose. I mean, then break out of prison and take the castle from the inside out. Okay. What if they don't do capturing? What if they just do killing, but quietly? We'll improvise. My idea
Yeah.
is to. My idea.
Take it as given that I'm whispering.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right,
probably
let's
fair.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. My idea. We go to one side of town and set up like a noisy distraction. Something that makes a load of noise.
Nice.
So they all like come down to check that out.
Yeah.
And then we get into the castle while they're off investigating that.
While the portcullis is up.
Yeah.
Nice.
I could plant a bomb somewhere.
Ooh.
That's noisy. Do you have a particularly noisy bomb?
I mean, they're all pretty noisy.
I mean, do you have a particularly noisy bomb?
All of them at once?
The chemistry is always a bit of a, pretty loose, so
Yeah.
some of them are noisier than others. I
Nice.
never really know until it goes off.
I love it. Okay.
It needs to be big enough to draw out all of the guards, or most of the
Yeah.
guards.
I mean, bombs are pretty. I can't think of anything much noisier than a bomb.
No, that's true.
All right.
Getting near to the castle might be tricky. What we could do is wait for some soldiers to come running for the bomb, fight them, take their padded outfits, and walk in disguise.
They might notice a dragon and an orc if they don't have any of those in their.
We could be prisoners. Have you ever heard the ballad of...
Star Wars.
I was going for the Wizard of Oz, but
Oh, okay.
they're similar ballads.
You want to set the bomb off still, right? Just checking.
Yeah. Dude, come on.
But then we're going to hide near the bomb. Wait till the guards come and steal their outfits.
I mean, we could just make a noise and some guards would come down. We don't need the bomb for that. Whereas if we're trying to create a distraction to draw them out, then go in. Why don't I go up to the castle and have a recce and see what the situation is up there? I lean out of the door of the tavern and I get my spyglass out. I have a look up the hill and I scout out the castle. I'm looking for entrances. I'm looking for guards.
Guard numbers.
Guard numbers,
Yeah.
things like that. I'm doing an investigation.
Do me an investigation check then. It's gonna be an easy one, so just beat 10.
7 plus 4. Yeah,
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So you sort of your spyglass sort of centers on the mouth being shushed, and sort of then you sort of scan down. And you see, it being a square castle, it's not one of those ones with a really big portcullis where people just come in and out like that. These places
it's
are
not
meant
one
to
of the
be.
ones with a big portcullis.
Cool.
These ones are meant to be very easy to defend because being square, you've got a staircase that starts on one side and then it goes round the corner, and the door is part way up the first floor.
See.
The idea being everyone's got to stop moving, their numbers are limited, they're bottlenecked, and they're going around the corner so you can just rain down stuff on them.
Okay.
It's a good
These
idea.
are famously easy castles to defend.
Good idea for a castle.
Guys, it's going to be hard to assault the castle from the front.
So we need some kind of disguise, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so maybe the armor situation might be one to go for.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, we'll try and lure some guards out rather than try and sneak in, because I think they're going to leave some people there, and I don't think we're going to be able to get in.
So we need a noise that the castle will hear and be like, send some guys out to check on that.
Yeah, send
But
maybe
is there-
5,
yeah.
6.
Is it like a bell tower or anything? Maybe I could blow up and then the bell would make as it fell to the ground.
That would be
make
so
a-
awesome.
Oh, you mean somewhere else in town?
In town, yeah, further
I
away.
sweep my spyglass across the rooftops.
Why, yes. You
yeah, there
see, you see sort of like a church. You're not sure to what order it was dedicated, but it is sort of.
Probably my religion's fine with me blowing up a bit of a church.
I mean, we'd know for sure if you had the book.
I'm checking and it feels like it's fine.
You can fit like 3 bombs in the space a book takes up. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
It's just smart packing, really.
So I'm thinking, go up, plant a bomb on the bell.
Yeah.
It's going to fall to the ground, make an enormous noise. They're going to come and investigate, and then we can kind of bottle them into the church and smash them to bits.
Might we not want the noise to be continuous? Because we're going to then be like fighting them or trying to take them down and take their outfits. And I'm a bit worried if there's like a big explosion.
I thought you were on board with the bomb thing.
I am on board with the bomb, but maybe like a bomb to the side of the bell that's going to make it rock continuously for about
Pretty
5
sure the
minutes.
bomb's just going to blow the bell.
Wait, we don't need it. We could just
Why
have
don't we just
someone
go ring
up
the
there with a
bell?
hammer hitting the bell.
The bomb.
Why do we even
feel
have
like-
the bomb?
I feel like we've become fixated on the bomb
Yeah.
a
Yes.
little.
Yeah.
I think we've got the bell thing, right? Let's go over to the church and have a look at this. Look at
All
this
right.
situation.
Let's go over to the church
All
and
right.
check out its entrances, exits,
Then try.
entry, exits. I bought a book, it was a thesaurus.
Good. Fine. You walk, stride, and/or caper along to the church. unsurprisingly, you're starting to notice a theme here. It has been closed by order of the Order of Keeping It Down for actually, it just literally says by order of the Order of Keeping It Down, heresy in big letters. Like, they were really ticked off about this church.
I bet, yeah. A lot during a wedding, I bet.
Oh, so much. So much. You can best believe there haven't been many weddings in this, in old Inkwater.
Heresy for
Since
days.
these guys rolled
They
in.
won't even allow love! I'm furious.
Love is one of the core pillars of rock and roll.
It's one of the core pillars of the Oxventurers Guild. We will fight for love.
And not thinking about everything.
Yes. The two core pillars.
The church has some very modest windows, sort of like the sort of lead-lined, glassy ones, all very nice and aesthetically pleasing. The door is locked, as you might expect. How are you going to get in?
I'm going to pick the lock.
Makes sense.
Pretty straightforward.
Let's call this DC of 15.
Okay. It's a 9
You got this.
plus, what, like 2 for sleight of hand? And plus 4 for, plus
There
4
you
for
go.
Nailed it.
Nicely done.
All right. Click.
Quietly done. I like it.
WD.
You can grease things, right?
Mystical grease.
I cast the spell Grease.
Yes.
One of my new spells.
Okay.
And there was me thinking it wouldn't come in handy.
So tell me about Grease, because everyone acquired a buttload of spells at the same time.
So it's magical grease,
Yeah.
not just regular grease.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not to be confused with the magical spell Geese. Unfortunately, it's Geas.
If I mispronounce
not
it.
actual geese.
Is that, does it
A flock
cast
of noisy honking geese issues forth from my hands.
Does it cast like
So-
a cube of geese?
You need to have a hand free, you need to be able to talk, and you need a bit of pork rind or butter. You've probably.
I'm
I'm
probably
just going to say
You
probably
brought
got some
sandwiches,
pork.
right?
You've got, you've,
Bacon sandwich.
pocket full of butter.
life is just a series of picnics for you, to be honest. Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square, centered on a
the
point within
ground?
range, and turns it into difficult terrain for the duration.
Oh, no.
I mean, that
Yes.
presumably some of the grease ends up on the door.
Yeah. Oh, I'm perfectly happy with this also greasing the door.
Okay.
And if you cover the floor in grease, you can also then just slather it on.
Yeah.
We're all going to have such a hard time getting in
into
the
the
church.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm a magic user now. It's fine. It's fine.
It's going to be great. What is your spell casting difficulty?
Let me tell you.
Because that's what they're going to have to beat when they make the dexterity saving roll to get in church.
14.
14, all right. Going to note that down for just a second from now, because you do push the door open and it glides beautifully open to reveal a church on the inside with a lot of pews and a expertly dismantled organ. Where all of the pipes are laid out, not touching one another.
Right,
great.
And needless to say, it's very, very quiet within. Please, everybody, as you enter the church, make me a dexterity saving throw. So that is, you've got to beat a 14, so roll a d20. Uh-oh. Add on your dexterity modifier. Uh-oh. Oh no, you don't have dexterity in your saving throws. Oh. Yeah, okay, you stacked it.
Okay, I got 10 plus 4, so 14. So
Fine.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm gonna roll this. I've got 9, but then what do I add to it?
Dexterity modifier.
Your dexterity modifier?
Plus 1, 10. I'm going on my arse, aren't I? I'm going on my scaly arse.
You are.
I got 5, so I'm,
I got
The
15.
indignity.
Yeah.
So me and Dob are standing
So
there.
basically, Corazon and Dob go first. They sort of just push off and they slide to like a really dramatic like rock and roll pose.
Can we do it on our knees?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What did the jester do?
Uh,
Because it'd be hilarious if he stayed on his feet.
he rolled a 20. He
Crit.
crits. He like stands elegantly, points a finger, and just like does a sort of a handstand / glide across the floor and stops balanced on one finger and then tumbles onto his feet.
All right, Shark. Yeah.
And you
Quiet
three
little.
absolutely stack it. No wait, yes, you do. Like all of you,
Man.
like proper like. Whoop, boom.
Oh.
Cool. But
It's like that time we went ice skating all together.
think how useful that'll be when the guards show up, though.
In fact, as you're getting to your feet, you do see somebody from the town walk past and just go.
Okay,
And
that's fine. Yeah, sorry.
Will the grease last until the guys show up if
For
we
about
do it.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's cool.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, quick.
Perfect.
I didn't want to mention this before we all did saving
Yeah.
throws, but I could clean it up with prestidigitation.
No, I think
No, I want to be all
I think we
greased
need it.
in case I get captured.
Sure, got it.
Leave it for when the guys show up.
I'm going to nip up to the tower and have a look at this bell.
Alrighty, you nip up to the tower. And on your way up the stairs, you noticed a very large coil of rope that had fallen haphazardly to the ground. The end of the rope was frayed, and indeed the bell pull has been cut. And when you get up there, you realise the clapper has also been removed from the bell.
No problem
so it
for
is
a
still
dragonborn
there.
with a mace.
It can still, it can still move. It just
Doesn't have a...
yeah.
All right. And what's the situation inside the nave? Is that a
No.
bit of a church? The
Yeah,
the
well-
It's a bit of a church.
apse.
Chapel.
Yep.
Font.
Let's not get tied up on church
Are
terminology.
we looking for the word altar? Is that the word?
What's the
we're looking
situation inside the church? Like, tell me the layout.
Is there
Okay.
anything freaky on the altar, though?
for?
If there's going to be anything freaky in this church, it's going to be on the altar.
Yeah, if anything's
Yeah.
going to freak Dob out and upset him and make him cry, he needs to know about it now.
Yeah. Is there anything like Dob looks at the altar to see what's there.
To see if he cries.
Not a lot. Like,
Cool.
Okay.
Dob remains chill.
profoundly nothing is on the altar. It is just like a tablecloth, but they've sort of removed everything. It's a real.
Entrances, exits.
So you've got the windows I mentioned earlier, sort of 3 on each side. You've got the door at the front, and then behind sort of the altar, there's a little door off to an office.
Okay.
And then there's like sort of a little back door with just a deadbolt there.
Cool. All right. I say we all hide in the office. Get Egbert to ring the bell.
Yep.
Wait for everyone to run in and fall over on the grease, and then run out and wail on them.
We could hide behind, like churches, you know, like they've got like columns in the big main bit of the church. We could each hide behind a column.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're sort of a bit spaced out.
So we're hidden when they
Yeah,
arrive?
yeah, so that we're hidden, yeah.
So we all position ourselves behind a different column, so we're all hidden from view when you enter the church.
Perfect.
The grease is on the floor, and Egbert is going to hit the bell with his mace to make a loud, continuous sound.
Okay.
I'm very tempted, let it be noted, to just put the bomb up there, but I decide probably in this situation.
You're going to be in Overwatch position up
Yeah.
there as well,
That's
so you
very
can
good of
throw
you.
bombs down.
I know.
if you need
It's
to.
very good of you.
I really had a crisis of conscience, but...
Well, you take a moment to survey sort of the scene, and to your eyes, Egbert, it's absolutely beautiful. Not because it's a warm, sunny day and there are lots of people milling around. It's a very picturesque town, kind of approaching the golden hour, and everything looks beautiful. It's because you're about to disrupt everything.
Yes.
So Egbert's kind of like, a little curl of smoke comes out of his snout, and he hefts his mace and just bong, starts wailing on the bell.
I assume it's around 12 in the afternoon, so I'm really going to go for
The full
12
12.
Yeah.
full chimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you figured, to be honest, this bell's probably got some lost time to be
Yeah,
making
exactly,
up for,
yeah.
so you're not going to stop at 12, I imagine. You can stop whenever you like, but to your satisfaction, you, as long with a bunch of birds bursting out of the top of the tower, you hear an audible gasp from below, and then a lesser gasp when they realise that they've gasped.
I sing tunelessly along to the bell as well.
I rap the entirety of Wild Wild West.
You fall over in some grease. Someone must have tracked some in. Yeah, as you sort of continue to hit this bell, it's a very well-made bell, so the sort of the noise of it carries on for ages. So you don't have to hit it that frequently.
Hit it
You
that
see-
frequently anyway.
You see the streets clearing of people. They just teem into their own homes.
Good.
And like the entire
Less
market
collateral
street
damage, I like it.
is clear almost immediately. And you sort of look up at the castle. You can't see exactly what's going on at the time being, but it, like on the very top, seems to be coming to life. Like there are figures whipping back and forth and across. And then you see sort of 4 of them hefting something up onto the very top.
Oh.
Oh god, is it a ballista or something?
And then they push, and a big banner unfurls.
Does
with
it say,
the
now you've done it?
Massive letters in black letters saying, "Keep it down."
Oh.
And then you see them hurling coils of rope over the top, and 6 people in full plate, less helms, jump over and start handing their way down
They're
the
tiring
ropes.
themselves out by rappelling, I would say. They're
Yeah.
exhausted. by the
Repelling
time
in
they
full
get down
armour.
there. Yeah. Knackering.
Rookie error. All right.
And wait till they hit the grease.
And they in very short order get down to ground level, and you see them all sort of line up, and they draw their swords. It takes them about a minute. You see them sort of like.
I'm glad it's not just do as I say, not as I do. I respect them for that.
Ready.
Don't respect them.
Yeah, stop respecting them.
Egbert's joined the order.
In fact, you see two of them have like hefty warhammers, because like blunt objects less likely to make
Yeah, of
clang.
course, makes sense.
And they start proceeding sort of like when people run with soft knees like ninjas. They're sort of that, but they're in armour.
Okay.
I'd imagine their armour's already greased as well, so when they hit that grease, they're going to go...
Grease central, I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably going to go sliding. It's like curling. So, yes, you see them approaching. Do you want to warn anyone, send any messages?
I shout down, while still ringing the bell,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that there's six guys coming,
Uh-huh.
a lot of warhammers, a lot of plate armour.
Yep.
Grease is still looking good.
Grease
I
is
reckon,
in
for these
play.
guys, yeah.
The grease is in play. Okay, does anyone have any other traps or anything we can set down before they get here?
I can put down. No, actually, I'll save that for when someone's nearer. I'll save that one.
Okay.
Is
No
there,
traps.
are there any other special preparations? Everyone's just hiding in the office?
Does anyone?
We're behind columns
Behind
in the
columns.
main church.
There's still grease all over the floor, right?
Yes.
Is grease flammable?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think grease is flammable.
So,
Well, yeah, let's keep that in the back pocket.
yeah. So, I'm thinking about that when they all slide in.
Yeah. I love it. Good thinking, Dob.
Actually,
whisper.
Hang on, aren't we all covered in grease as well? Well,
Three of
the
you
three
are.
of us are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're away.
We'll have to
you're
step
away
back.
from the main patch.
I cast
Just-
prestidigitation on those of us who are greased.
I'm fireproof.
That's true.
Do you want to be greased?
I apply more grease.
He's like Arnold
Normally.
Schwarzenegger at the end of Predator.
Vanilla.
Yeah, but vanilla grease.
You do, in fact, you feel a tug sort of in your core. Cthulhu is not displeased, but like if Cthulhu were in the room, be like, "What are you doing?"
Cthulhu is confused.
It's confused.
Yeah, Cthulhu's
Don't worry, confused. Yeah.
confused.
I can make you smell bad.
Can you do brimstone?
I cast prestidigitation to make Prudence smell like
Real
one.
stanky.
Okay, but you've cleaned everyone else off.
Everyone else is clean.
Okay,
Okay.
all
Can you
right.
cast prestidigitation to make my moustache look a bit twirlier and more cavalier?
He's using up all of his spells.
It's a cantrip.
It's a
You can do it
cantrip.
as much as you
Oh,
want.
that's
Yes, but it won't hold up to close inspection.
Right, okay.
What?
Cool, thank you.
Like that kind
It
of.
looks sort of curly
I
from
can,
a
I can,
distance.
I can sort of craft it. I can't work miracles here.
All right, well, we'll visit the salon after the fight. That's fine. All right.
Merilwen, you look like you have something to say.
I have
You.
a special spell called Spike Growth, which basically means that I can create a spike trap that they will take damage if they walk over it. So just after the grease,
Okay. Throw that
I
down.
can
Right.
put down
Maybe they'll slide right into it.
Sliding.
a 20-foot radius. I'm gonna cast Spike
Nice.
Growth.
I love it. All right. I think we're all set.
Spiky, we're
All right.
greasy, we're
Greasy,
noisy.
we're spiky. Yeah.
Noisy, spiky, greasy.
Noisy,
What a
spiky,
team.
The big
greasy.
three.
Okay.
It's like a reject Daft Punk song.
Noisier, spikier,
Spikier, greasier, brimstone.
Greasier makes us spikier.
Okay.
Will the plan work, or are the team destined for a quiet end? Find out now in part 2 on Outside Xtra.